I will never forget this night because it stole something from me. My birthday was supposed to be about fun, celebration, and freedom. Instead, I walked into a hotel to use the bathroom. And when I came out, 4 hours of my life were gone. And here's the thing, nobody believes me. But I remember every single chilling detail. If you've ever had someone dismiss your story, call you crazy, or flat out refuse to believe your truth, hit that like button. Subscribe, because today I'm taking you into the most unsettling experience of my life, one that still gives me goosebumps years later. It started like any other birthday. I was excited. My best friend and I had signed up for a mountain bike race weekend. 2 days of adrenaline, sweat, and the kind of exhaustion that makes you feel alive. Day one was practice. Scouting the trails, laughing when we wiped out, pushing ourselves, and thinking about how tomorrow we'd race for real. By the time practice ended, the sun was dipping low, painting the mountains in warm gold. I was sweaty, covered in dust, but buzzing with energy. My friend suggested ice cream because honestly, what's a birthday without something sweet? That's where things shifted. The ice cream shop was cheerful enough. Neon signs glowing, kids laughing, the smell of waffle cones in the air. Halfway through my mint chocolate chip, I felt the call of nature. No bathroom here! The cashier shrugged. But right next door, tucked into the little strip mall, was a hotel. The kind of small-town roadside hotel where you expect to hear faint country music from the bar and see a bored receptionist scrolling on their phone. Except, the moment we stepped inside, it didn't feel like any hotel I'd ever been in. The air was heavy, musty-like wet carpet that hadn't dried in years. The silence pressed in on me. No footsteps. No voices. Just the buzzing of fluorescent lights overhead. And then click. Click! 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 On the counter sat one of those little golden waving cat statues, its paw moving up and down in mechanical rhythm. That hollow scent echoed across the empty lobby. That was the only sign of life. Hello? I called out, my voice bouncing down the empty hall. No one answered. My friend shrugged, plopped down on a lobby couch, and pulled out his phone. I decided to look for the bathroom myself. A crooked sign dangled under the buzzing lights. Restroom, I followed. The deeper I went, the lonelier it felt. The carpet crunched under my shoes. The hallway seemed to stretch on too long, like I was walking into the belly of something that didn't want me there. Finally, the hall ended, but not at a bathroom. Instead, I stepped into a ballroom. Empty. Just a stage with cables and mic stands, humming faint static into the void. No instruments. No people. Just the faint hiss of electricity, like something was waiting for a signal. Every instinct told me to leave. But then I noticed a doorway. Through, it was an Indian restaurant. Or what used to be. Red carpet, brittle and stiff with age, crunched beneath my steps. Dust hung thick in the air, caught in yellow light above booths lined along the walls. The strangest part? There were no tables. Just empty space in the center. It was wrong. Not messy, not dirty wrong. And yet, curiosity pulled me in. That's when I saw it. A glowing sign. Bathrooms this way, finally! Relief. The bathroom itself was unremarkable. Cold tiles. A flickering bulb. But as I washed my hands, a thought crept in. This place feels like a dream. Like the kind of dream where you know something's watching you, just out of sight. When I opened the door, again my reality shattered. The restaurant was no longer empty. It was alive. Families filled the booths, children laughing, forks clinking against plates of steaming food. The One Z bar buzzed with conversation, men shouting cheerfully over drinks. Waiters dotted between tables that hadn't been there before, carrying trays. The air smelled rich with spices. Music drifted low from somewhere unseen. I froze in the doorway, my pulse thundering in my ears, because I knew this was impossible. A minute ago, this place had been dead, abandoned. Now, it was thriving. My phone buzzed. A text from my friend? Bro, What's taking so long? I'm about to just leave you. I glanced around one more time, then bolted for the hallway. My stomach dropped. Outside the windows, the sky was dark. Back in the lobby, people milled about casually. A receptionist smiled, waving us off with, "Have a nice night, boys." Night. I stumbled outside, where my friend stood with his arms crossed, scowling. "Brew," he dragged out the word. "How were you in there for like 4 hours?" My throat went dry. I was only gone 5 minutes. But when I checked the time, it was 8:50. Almost 4 hours since I'd walked in. I wanted to take pictures. I wanted proof, but something inside me whispered, Don't let them see you." It wasn't fear of people staring. It was fear of whatever that place was. That night, I barely slept. My birthday was over, and in its place was a memory that gnawed at me. A puzzle no one else cared to solve. Here's where the revenge comes in, not against the person, but against the silence. Because everyone I told laughed it off. You were tired. You imagined it. You exaggerate everything. That stung. Bad. Being dismissed, being treated like you're crazy, it eats at you. So my revenge is this. I tell my story. I put it into the world. I make people feel what I felt, so no one can ever say it didn't matter. Because when you live through something this strange, the worst crime isn't the place that stole my time. It's the people who refused to believe me. So what do you think? Did I step into a pocket of time? A parallel world? Or just lose myself in some kind of trance? All I know is this. Sometimes the scariest things aren't monsters, or killers, or even ghosts. Sometimes it's the feeling that reality itself can betray you. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button! And tell me in the comments, have you ever had a moment where time didn't add up? Where reality glitched and nobody believed you? And of course, subscribe for more stories that dig into the darkest corners of our lives. Because sometimes the best revenge is being heard.